Hey guys, this is Dipen, and in this video I am going to show you how to use the DSP functions, that is the digital signal processing of this keyboard with the help of these knobs and with the help of the DSP button that is present over here. Okay, so in the last video we have seen some of the effects which can be manipulated with the help of these knobs. Okay, so in this video I am going to show you some more features of this keyboard with the help of these knobs, and the function is known as DSP function or digital signal processing. Okay, so what is DSP? DSP is basically the modulation of the sounds through certain parameters. The basic sound or the analog sound can be manipulated via three parameters. As you can see in the diagram, the waveform or the original waveform, analog waveform, is represented via the sine wave. Okay, so it can be manipulated in terms of amplitude modulation, in terms of frequency modulation, or in terms of phase modulation. Okay, so DSP function works majorly on the basis of phase modulation. As you can see, the light blue line indicates the original waveform and the dark blue line indicates the altered waveform. Okay, so with the help of these knobs we can alter the size or the position of the waveform to make some more extra sounds and to make some more beautiful or astonishing sounds. We'll go further for the use of these buttons. Okay, so to use it, first of all you have to press the assign button 6 times so that the 6th button appears over here, and we have to press and hold this DSP button, okay, for more than a second. So DSP type appears over here, and the first type is rotary speaker. Okay, so you can use this effect on any instrument or any tone. For the sake of this tutorial I am using the organ feature over here. Alright, so we'll quickly start features of the DSP effects in this keyboard. First is rotary speaker. Okay, so the tone I am using over here is jazz organ. Okay, so you can use any tone if you want. And so the first is rotary speaker. Okay, so without the function the sound is something like this, and if we switch on the feature, so the tone changes subtly and gives a kind of rotary speaker kind of effect. The effect is very subtle, but it is very prominent, and it's been used in kind of 70s and 80s kind of sounds. So you can get the classic sounds on this keyboard, or you can use the subtle changes to make your sounds more unique than the original tone. Okay, so the next is distortion. Okay, so if you want to add some kind of distortion, some kind of heavy, some kind of fuzzy, or some kind of mild distortion, so you can use this feature over here to add the distortion. Okay, so quickly I'll move the knobs to default function, and the second feature of this DSP is the distortion. Okay, so without distortion or without the effect, this is the sound. With the effect, as you can see, you can change the rate and you can change the degree of distortion over here. Okay, so basically knob in this feature, knob A changes the degree of distortion, knob B changes the effect output level. So we'll see the degree of distortion changes. No distortion. Heavy distortion. Okay. So you can change the effect live while playing. Okay, so this feature is not available in guitars and all. You can use these knobs and you can change the distortion effects live with the help of this keyboard. Okay, very brilliant feature it is, and very hard and very metal kind of distortion you can get on this thing. Okay, so this was the hard distortion, and if you want to add the subtle distortion or like blues kind of feeling for the electric sounds, for the electric prominent sounds of the organs, you can use this second type of distortion, which is the third feature of this keyboard. Okay, without the feature, default sounds. With the effect, as you can see, correct output level, you can hear the effect. You can hear the subtle blues kind of feeling from this tone. Okay, very beautiful effect it is. You can use for any purpose you want, and that too live. No need of post-processing it. You can process it live and you can astonish your audience whenever you want. Okay, so the next feature is chorus. So as you know how the chorus works, multiple sounds from the same source, you can say that. So this is the tone without chorus, with chorus. As you have heard it, very nice, very spooky kind of effect it gives. Knob A in this for this feature changes the modulation speed, and the knob B changes the depth of the modulation. Okay, so the next feature is flanger. Okay, so you also might have heard this effect in DJ songs or something like that, very remix kind of songs. So flanger effect is basically the feature of phase modulation, where it creates a swirling metallic sound like that of a jet plane. Okay, so the effect is same like that of a jet plane. If a jet plane sound is added over sounds, the effect comes out something like this. Okay, so without the effect, with flanger effect, okay, so this was flanger. The next is phaser. Okay, so what is phaser now? Phaser is much similar to flanger, but it is slightly different. What phaser does is it cyclically modulates the phase to add modulation of the sound. This effect works on phase modulation, and it adds a phase on the original waveform, and it cyclically creates kind of phase modulation to give it a nice whooshing effect. You are about to hear the output. Without the effect, with the effect, okay, so this is much like a wah-wah pedal of the guitar pedal. Yeah, as you might have heard the wah-wah effect of the pedal in guitars, so you can use that same effect in this keyboard for various tones. Okay, so next is tremolo. So what is tremolo basically? Tremolo effects works on amplitude modulation. So basically amplitude means the intensity of the sound. It goes as it goes high and low. The sound changes very dramatically and gives a very subtle and very beautiful effect. So without the tremolo effect, let's go by default position. Without the effect, with the effect, you can use this effect for dubstep as well. You can use it for EDM music as well, Okay, so this was tremolo, and the next is autopan feature. So what autopan does is basically it cyclically modulates the sound from left speaker to right speaker. It does nothing more than that. You won't be able to hear the difference in this video because the sound has been captured via mono. Okay, so if you are having this keyboard or if you want to use this keyboard live, so then you can witness the modulation or the movement of sound from left to right. Okay, so if you connect the sound output to the external speakers, so then so that way you can use this effect to kind of give it a trippy kind of feeling, a very psychedelic kind of movement of sound from left speaker to right speaker and that right speaker to left speaker respectively. Okay, so knob A in this feature changes the pan speed and knob B adjusts the spread of the sound. So next is basically it goes to low pass filter. You might have heard this feature as well, low pass filter and high pass filter. It is the advanced feature used in sound engineering for sound engineering purpose for mixing and mastering sounds. Okay, so if you are using this keyboard with the with other instruments or with the other accompaniment systems, you can use this LPF filters and HPF filters to blend the volume and to blend the timbre of the sound with other instruments very beautifully. Okay, so basically low pass filter modifies the tonal color by cutting signals above cutoff frequency with addition of resonance. Okay, so what does that mean? So basically knob A changes the cutoff frequency and knob B adjusts the resonance. It adds a slight resonance or the tone becomes more bright. Okay, and the same goes for high pass filter. High pass filter modifies the tonal color by cutting signals below a cutoff frequency with the addition of resonance. Okay, so HPF works exactly opposite to that of LPF. Okay, so knob A for this effect adjusts the cutoff frequency and knob B adjusts the resonance. Okay, so for HPF it basically cuts off below cutoff frequency with the addition of resonance, as we all know. So you can again use this feature for modulation of live sounds or like to add a slight EDM kind of sound, like live DJing purpose. Okay, so we'll quickly see how does it sound like without the effect. With the effect now. Okay, so in this way you can add or you can subtract these frequencies as per the song or as per the demand of the music production. Okay, so this was some of the features of DSP function of this keyboard. Very beautiful functions, very lucrative, very easy to understand as well if you understand the basics of sound engineering. That's it for the video. If you guys have any doubt, please comment down below or please email to me so that I'll clear out your queries. You can comment down below or you can mail to me as per your convenience. I'll reply to you as soon as possible. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share. Okay, so yeah, I'll be coming up with more tutorials like this and more covers as well. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.